the best thing for our city. Lord, I just thank you for making it through a year. We got some stuff accomplished. I just want to thank you for that. Lord, just be with us for this next year as we go through and make the decisions and make our city even better. Lord, just pray for everyone in our city during this holiday season. Lord, just bless this meeting. We ask in your name. Amen. Amen. Let the record reflect all council members are present with the exception of Ms. Malcolm. We need approval of the agenda.
Who
moved? Made motion. Mr. Little, second by Mr. Adcock. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. We need approval of the consent agenda.
Move to approve, Mayor.
Motion by Mr. Adcock.
Second.
Second by Mr. Little. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. We'll move into public presentation. Presentation of historic photo collage.
Patrick.
Thank you. This will be brief. A gentleman named Larry Balkin, owner of Balmar Outdoors down on Highway 138, had this collection of photographs that he has had matted and framed of a great many really nice historic sites within the city. And he just wanted to present it to the city for display wherever you might like to, either in the museum or city hall or wherever you all see fit. So just thought I'd bring that out, give him the recognition for donating that to the city and let y'all know about it.
Maybe it can sit in the museum for a while and then hang in the council chambers or someplace.
A lot of them are 1907 I saw on there too, so a lot of the pictures are very
So I will set that off to the side.
Tell them thank you very much.
Absolutely. I hope they'd be here tonight. Maybe they'll be here a little bit later.
Okay. We'll move into public comments. We have a few people signed up for public comments. So when I call your name, if you will come to the podium, you'll have 3 minutes. Please state your name and address. William Chapman.
Good evening. William Chapman, 640 Oakland Ridge, Monroe, Georgia. I've been a resident of Monroe, Walton County since 2003, and I'm here to speak just a couple minutes on the airport, and I'm certainly not up to speed with what all you all have been working on with the improvement plan. The gentleman that asked me to possibly come and speak, say something is Rodney Etheridge. I personally own a private airplane. I've owned one since 2001. I had it based here in Monroe for about, I guess it was about 10 years. I sold that aircraft. I gave up the hangar and bought another one and tried to come back to Monroe, and unfortunately there's no place to put my aircraft in Monroe in a hangar. There's nothing available. I checked today, there's nothing available in Athens, there's nothing available in Covington, there's nothing available in Madison, Georgia, and I wouldn't want to go closer to Atlanta. Don't know where I'd go if I want to put my aircraft in a hangar. I'd have to go further, I guess, towards Augusta. I spent my whole life in aviation since starting throwing paper airplanes. I've worked for numerous airports across the state of Georgia, airlines, companies, worked at airports. I currently fly for Southwest Airlines, have a college degree in airport development, aviation administration, and I fully support the committee that's working on the development of the airport. I don't see Monroe being a metropolis, anything like Lawrenceville, anything being a great noisemaker, more or less. But improving the economic impact of Walton County, it certainly has the ability to do. If you'll just track $1 bill as it flows, and we'll just use the skydive. I know that's a sore spot with some people in aviation. To me, I think it's a great thing. Activity at the airport is money. It's money that goes into the city. $1 bill that comes in, whether it's a glider, a student learning to fly that's happening here at the airport, skydiving, a maintenance facility that's here, that dollar bill goes through the airport, it goes to McDonald's, it goes to the gas stations, it goes all the way around the city. So that has a direct, indirect, and induced impact on how money is flown or travels in from the airport into the city. Building T hangars, you can probably look into the people that own the airplanes at the airport and that have the airplanes in the hangars and see directly how much they impact the city or the county, and whether they're businesses or what they do otherwise. And so anyway, I'm just here to say, if you do look to build a hangar, I'll pay for one, so you don't have to pay for it. And I'm sure that as you look around and see other cities, there's no place to put them. So there's definitely a need. That's all I have to say. So thank you for your time.
Thank you. Ray Ball.
Ray Boss with 1750 Old Hazen Highway, Monroe, Georgia. I came to you in September 2016 with a complaint which was simple and easy to resolve. My request was to refund or credit to my account for the water service charge paid. I did not request water service, nor have I used the water service since the tap has been made. However, my interaction with Ron, the city administrator, this has resulted into a major project. My complaint is the attaching of a monthly meter-based charge to my water tap application, not whether or not the city of Monroe should have a meter-based charge for water usage. The city of Monroe has provided me 2 applications related to water. They are the application for water service and the application for water tap. I completed the water tap application January 2015, paid the $3,750 fee, and communicated to the customer service that water usage was not needed, just the water tap and the location. And in addition, the receipt which I received from my check says water tap. The custom package I received from Ron on November 16, 2016 clearly indicated to me that the monthly meter charge should not have been billed regarding the water tap. The table in the custom package depicts a pictorial representation of a written narrative based on the following. Each of the water service usage rate table, i.e. residential, commercial, industrial, irrigation, has a link to the meter-based charge. The link is the statement in each table which says the minimum bill will be determined by the base rate of the water meter size. The water tap fee rate table is absent of such statement. Therefore, it has no stated or implied link to the meter base rate. And each of the water service charges table contain a unit measurement, and the water tap doesn't. The apparent reason for this is because the water tap is the transport vehicle for the water service usage. The water tap table simply says that you can provide the customer X gallon of water per minute based upon the pipe size for a state flat fee. In the context that the Monroe Code of Order Section 9812 is being used and presented to me, assumed usage is not logical and make absolutely no sense to me. And why would you assume water usage when you're providing a meter service?
You got 10 seconds.
Okay, meter service and regular billing cycle. Well, my last second, I would like to thank Logan and Beth for their effort in trying to move this matter forward.
Thank you, sir. Dan Newsom.
I'd like to defer to my associate here and then follow him. Can I do that?
Is he signed up on?
Yeah, I think I'm the next one.
Okay, well, you can come on then. Are you Charles?
I am.
Okay.
Charles Haskell, 1193 Cleveland Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia. So I appreciate you all letting me come out and speak today. I'm also speaking on behalf of the requirement for the hangars, or the need for the hangars in Monroe. Just have a few quick comments about me personally. I am a longtime glider enthusiast, been a member of the MGSA glider community here at Monroe. I have a commercial license and an instructor's license. Just to give a little background as to the need for the hangar, I recently had to sell my glider because where I kept it before, the gentleman that had a private airport passed away, and there was no other hangar to be acquired in the area. So due to the nature of gliders and the composite that a glider is made of, it's very difficult to keep gliders outside. So they really need to be hangared. So that was the reason why I sold my glider. And as a member of the, speaking for the other private members at MGSA, our hangars, it's best that they be kept in a hangar and not outside due to the gel code. So for general aviation, for us, unlike Cessna, or let's say more of the aluminum airplanes, it's more important that our airplanes stay inside. So we have a real need, as you have seen probably by the other members at MGSA who are looking for hangars. Our membership is increasing, so as it increases with more members, they're going to have the need for private hangars, as I stated, for the sake of the glider composite. I personally am holding off on a new glider, and it's just a very expensive endeavor because there are no hangars. So I've had my name in for the hangars at Monroe, and when people like us buy gliders, they tend to be long-term purchases. So not only is the requirement for the hangar to be made, but it's also a long-term lease. It's not a frivolous purchase, let us say. It's something that goes on for years and years and years. As a member of the general aviation community, I'd also like to follow on what the gentleman said before me. Hangars are a real problem in the state of Georgia, not only in this area, but in the southern part. I fly a lot in the area near Griffin, and they're also not to have any hangars there. And the nice thing about Monroe is, I know this seems a little bit technical, but the one thing that was pointed out was, due to the general airspace around Atlanta, it's very difficult for people that fly the aircraft that we fly to be that close to Atlanta. So the supply and demand of Monroe, I think, would also be a great asset, because you are in a airspace outside of Atlanta that would require people with general aviation to have those type of hangar space. So I appreciate you taking the time to listen to what I had to say, and if you need to contact me or anything, you have mine.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
My name is Dan Nugent, 2075 Southers Circle, Swanee, Georgia. I'm actually a member of the Airport Commission, and I wanted to speak on behalf of a member that did not make it tonight, because he was somebody I'd hoped would be able to give you his story and the importance of being able to get hangar space in Monroe. His name is Clyde Taylor. He's been in the Mid-Georgia Soaring Association for over 30 years. I've been in it a little over 20 years. We've seen a lot of development in the city. As we fly over it, it's amazing the growth that's taken place. And we really believe that Monroe has a good opportunity for growth in the commercial and economic arena if you do have a viable airport. And the fact that you now have a fuel station is a major enhancement. And I think what falls directly behind that is additional hangar space that makes it possible or attractive to people to come and hangar and home base in Monroe. The growth of the airport is really dependent on its facilities and its amenities. And I know that the Commission is actually active in trying to build upon what's already been done. And we do appreciate what's been done. We do have some projects in the works right now that will further enhance the operations at the airport. And I wanted to make one distinction about gliders, because there's a lot of questions about how come you have gliders in a trailer, and how come you need a hangar. Well, it just so happens we can get 3 gliders and 3 trailers in one hangar, which now provides 3 tax bases for you, whether it's a city or the county, and that means the value of the aircraft in that one hangar is 3 times what you might think it is. For us, it's a safe place, undercover. We don't want to leave them out on the tarmac, subject to the elements.
You got 15 seconds.
Okay. So, with that in mind, we really appreciate and solicit your support for additional hangars.
Thank you. So I'm assuming Clyde Taylor's not here.
No.
Okay. There we go. That ends our public comments. Move into public hearings. We have a conditional use at 1031 Charlotte Boulevard. Patrick.
Sir, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Actually, that item has been requested to be removed from consideration by the applicant so that they might more readily apply again at a later date.
Okay, we'll move into the conditional use at 1420 East Church Street.
Yes, sir. This petition number 16-00428, the applicant, James Brown, is requesting a zoning action to allow a horse to live on the property as a conditional use at 1420 East Church Street. There are no exceptional or extraordinary conditions pertaining to the property. The literal application of the ordinance does create an unnecessary hardship. Conditional use would cause substantial detriment to the public good or impair the purpose or intent of this ordinance. The conditional use does not confer upon the property of the applicant any special privilege denied to other properties in the district through conditional use application, of course. Conditional use is not a request to permit a use of land, buildings, or structures which is not permitted by right or conditional use in the district. The zoning proposal is consistent with the construction and design standards and design criteria of the city of Monroe. The conditional use is not the minimum use that will make possible an economically viable use of land, buildings, or structure. The Planning and Zoning Commission and the Code Department both recommend approval for this conditional zoning. And just wanted to mention that even though the parcel that we're referencing is only 1 acre, it is adjacent to and contiguous with, and I believe fenced in with, another 140 acres. So the horse won't be on 1 acre of land. The only time it'll be confined is when it's in the barn. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer.
Okay, thank you. Is the applicant here? He'll come up and address the council. They may have a question or two for you.
Appreciate it. I represent the property. I'm at 472 Poplar Street, contiguous with the 140 acres that was referenced, and then the conditional potential use for 1 horse. But been here at the airport, and I'm the landholder around the airport, on 2 sides of the airport. I'm thinking about selling the property and putting hangers on it, if that's okay. Just request the potential of a little 14-year-old granddaughter being able to put her a horse. She rides for Dad in the stables, and she's a horse person. And that's their conditional use. That horse has got to be there if they're able to move there. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions, Mr. Brown, before Steve sits down? Thank you. Anyone else like to speak for this conditional use application? Anyone in the audience like to speak against this? Okay, we'll close this part of the public forum and bring it before the council for a motion.
Move approval.
Motion by Mr. Bradley, second by Mr. Little. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? That passes. Under new business, we have 3 appointments for the Downtown Development Authority, replacing Virgil Williams, Lisa Anderson, and Wes Peters. There is some bios in your packet, so we will start entertaining motion.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that Whit Holder be approved for the DDA appointment.
We have a motion for Whit Holder.
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Purvis. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes.
I make a motion to reappoint Lisa Reynolds Anderson.
Have a motion by Mr. Little for Lisa Anderson.
Second.
Second by Mr. Adcock. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes.
Mayor, I'd like to recommend Wesley Sis.
Have a motion from Mr. Richardson for Wesley Sis.
Second.
Second by Mr. Bradley. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. So that will fill those 3 terms coming up next year. Item number 2 is to adopt the 2017 council meeting schedule. You'll notice really the only changes, we have a change in July, will be a Thursday meeting, and there will be only 1 meeting in July.
Move to adopt the 2017 council meeting schedule, Mayor.
Motion by Mr. Adcock. Second by Mrs. Crawford. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor? Any opposed? That passes. And then we need item number 3 is the approval of the 2017 budget resolution. I'll turn that over to Paul.
Thank you, Mayor. This is a resolution adopting the 2017 budget for the city of Monroe, Georgia, appropriating amounts as shown in each budget as expenditures, adopting the revenue projections, and prohibiting expenditures to exceed appropriations. Now be it resolved by the Mayor and City Council of the City of Monroe, Georgia as follows. Whereas for the purpose of financing the conduct of affairs of the City of Monroe during the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2017 and ending December 31, 2017, the budget of the city's revenues and expenditures for such period as prepared and submitted to the City Council by the City Administrator and so approved by the Mayor and City Council. Whereas the amounts listed are the appropriations so authorized by the Mayor and City Council and are approved for the amounts and purpose indicated. And whereas any pay classification or job description changes contained and funded herein in the budget are approved for the amounts and purposes indicated. And whereas any organizational chart changes or descriptions contained here in the budget are hereby approved as indicated. And whereas the rates listed are so authorized by the Mayor and City Council and are approved for the amounts and purposes indicated. Whereas a budget amendment is considered any action of the Mayor and City Council to purchase items not included in original budgeted figures. Be it further resolved that the expenditures shall not exceed the appropriations authorized by this budget, and that the expenditures for the fiscal year shall not exceed funding available. So adopted by the Mayor and City Council of the City of Monroe this 13th day of December. That is the resolution, Mayor.
All right. We need any questions for Paul before he sits down? Not, we need to entertain a motion.
Move to adopt the budget resolution 2017 budget, Mayor.
Have a motion by Mr. Adcock.
Second.
Second by Mr. Richardson. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Anyone against it? That passes then.
Mayor,
Yes.
can I back up and ask a point of clarification on the appointments to DDA?
Yes, sir.
I think one of the terms was an unexpired term, and
I think you're right.
which
Wes Peters.
which one of our appointments will fill that?
Wesley Sis will fill yes. Thank you for making that clear. Okay. No other business. We need a motion to adjourn. Mr. Richardson, I have a second. Second by Mr. Adcock. All in favor? Meeting adjourned. Good deal.